Kelsey, it's a project that's been in the works for years, but many I talked with today thought would never even happen. But now that the draft environmental survey has been released, the pros and cons of the project are coming to light.
It will save the environment a lot. It will reduce traffic on Northport Highway considerably.
You see what happened downtown Buffalo. It ruined all of those businesses.
The Buffalo Amherst Tonawanda Corridor Transit.
So I'm assuming that I'm going to assume that this guy is against it. I'm going to make the safe bet that this guy does not want the expansion.
Oh! Well, it ruined all of those businesses.
The Buffalo Amherst Tonawanda Corridor Transit Expansion Project, proposed by the NFTA Metro, would extend the existing University Station and Key Bank Center route, going through the towns of Amherst and Tonawanda to the UB North Campus and the I-990.
Our mission here at the NFTA is to look for opportunities to enhance access throughout the community.
The route will feature 10 new stops, allowing travelers and students to go from University Station to the UB North Campus in 15 minutes.
It gets really crowded, and sometimes we have to wait for maybe like 20 minutes for the bus, and it would be really helpful if we could metro to the North Campus directly.
This month, the NFTA released their draft environmental statement. Jim Gordon, treasurer of Citizens for Regional Transit, tells us many residents' concerns are addressed.
They're addressing noise complaints. They're addressing what's going to happen with blasting, what things they're going to do to mitigate any kinds of bad effects from.
I'm happy that Buffalo's light rail system is expanding. Buffalo's light rail system is notorious for being built completely backwards, where downtown Buffalo, it street runs and then it goes out to the suburbs and all of a sudden it's in a deep bore tunnel. So I appreciate the fact that, there is some type of expansion going on after not expanding for years. And that partially has to do because of the money that is coming from the state is being spent all on New York City. So, which, hey, look, I'm happy that I'm getting these transit projects, but obviously New York is a lot larger than just New York City. So, some funding still needs to go to these other cities in the state. So I'm happy to see something like this get pushed along. And, maybe if we have a good governor, a good pro-transit governor, we can get some good funding for this.
Construction.
We're committed to the mitigation measures that are identified within the document.
The project is looking at 3 outcomes: do nothing, bus rapid transit, and light rail transit. LRT looks to be the favored option, estimating $1.7 billion in economic growth and a 32% increase in property tax revenues, serving 30% more transit-dependent riders.
The highest ridership,
That's a lot of property tax revenue that they could gain. This is where public transportation becomes quote-unquote profitable. Public transportation becomes profitable when you're able to use that tax revenue to pay back for the public transportation. That's typically what happens, but unfortunately, sometimes that tax revenue doesn't bounce back into the public transportation. It goes elsewhere, which, there are other things other than public transportation that you need to fund. But at the same time, when we think about public transportation and how much money it takes to operate public transportation, you want to make sure that you're at least giving enough money back to that public transportation authority so that it can cover operational costs. That's the exact problem that SEPTA's having. That's the exact problem that Pittsburgh Regional Transit is having. All the financial benefits, I should say, that they add to their cities, they're not getting any of that money back. So that's where you kind of have to question, where is that money going?
Most economic development potential would serve the most activity centers was the light rail alternative. And really, at the end of the day, it's the option that best positions us to compete for federal funding.
The report also says construction could impact 192 properties with 14 individual displacements of mostly commercial property on Niagara Falls Boulevard, all of which, according to the report, will be given relocation help and compensation. I spoke.
Yeah, this entire area would need to be upzoned.
According to the report, will be
like this. Like, look at this. This entire area would need to, So, I mean, We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Given relocation help and compensation. I spoke with Lombardo Funeral Home and Sun City Mattress, who fall into the displacement category. In a statement, the funeral home says they are actively monitoring the project and intend to participate in the public comment period.
I'm totally against it. We don't want to sell it. We don't want to move. We've been here 23 years.
And like, okay, to that point, I can actually respect business owners who don't want to be displaced. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it does suck. You know, you build close ties to your property, and, you know, to be relocated, to be kicked out, that, you know, that has to suck. At the same time, if you are being accurately accommodated financially for your relocation, just take the money.
Oh!
You should just take the money.
Against it. We don't want to sell it. We don't want to move. We've been here 23 years.
Misso, the owner of Sun City Mattress, says no one from the NFTA alerted him of their plan. Driving down Niagara Falls Boulevard, we saw many houses with lawn signs against the project. The displacements and construction could also create an annual loss of $70,000 of school property tax for the Sweet Home School District. We reached out to the Sweet Home Schools, and they tell us they are aware of the situation and are working with the NFTA closely.
You would see an increase in property values throughout the corridor, not just the 14 properties you're referencing, but a net increase, right? So that's actually probably better for the school district.
Amplement adds the project is projected to cost close to $2 billion, with shovels in the ground hopefully by 2027, with the first passengers in 2032. At this time, public comment is open until September 8th. There will also be a public hearing August 19th at 6 p.m. at Sweet Home Middle School. You can find a link in all that information on our website, also the Found It on 4 tab. Reporting live at UB South Campus, Dylan Morello, News 4.
Yeah, shout out to Dylan Morello. You did your thing. All right, last story. Last story is hold on, let me give him. Oh, there's more. Yeah. Okay, all right, last story. Last story is zero emissions train rolls into the Inland Empire. So we're going all the way over to California for this one. This is going to be an interesting topic.
All aboard for a cleaner commute. A new zero-emission train is about to hit the tracks in the Inland Empire, the first of its kind in North America.
KCAL's Joy Benedict hopped aboard Zemu to show us how this hydrogen-powered ride could really change the way we travel.
It's a sound synonymous with travel, but what you hear on the